But if all you can think about is how bad things are, what shape you're in, talking bad about yourself, putting yourself down, self-deprecating, if that's all you're doing, then you're going to attract more of that. You have to affirm, first and foremost, what it is that you truly desire in your life. What is it that you want in your life, right? The life that you really desire, it comes to you in the preparation, right? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Paulizè Talks. And today we're going to be talking about the mind, right? A lot of these videos lately have been talking about the mind and how it's being utilized, right? And I want to ensure that you understand the power of your thoughts, the power that you hold within you that is just waiting to be utilized by you. But first and foremost, you have to understand what sort of power that you hold for yourself, right? And lately, this is something that I've been reminiscing on. Not reminiscing on, but this is something that I've really been thinking about and really been taking the time to delve into, because I understand that the power of thinking is so powerful, right? Our thoughts have immense power to them, and they have the ability to attract or repel things. And a lot of us are living in our thoughts. Our circumstances are just an example of what we're thinking about on a consistent basis. And in essence, you are carrying that with you everywhere you go. It doesn't matter where you move or how you move. You are carrying your thoughts everywhere you go. So it kind of shows on you who you are and how you're thinking on a consistent daily basis. Even if nobody really truly knows or understands what it is that you're going through, it's going to show up in one way or another. And it's going to be reflective of your environment. And so I got a couple of notes. I got a couple of things that I'm just going to share with you that I've gathered over the course of a week and help you to elevate your mindset, right? That's the purpose. That's the biggest purpose of these videos, right? The biggest purpose behind these videos is to help you to grow and elevate your mindset. It's to formulate different thoughts, right? It's to look at your circumstances from a different perspective, because maybe you try to look at things from a different perspective, but maybe you have so many opposing thoughts about what it is that you're doing or what it is that you're going through, that you don't really have a different way of viewing what it is that you're going through, right? So this essentially is just an outlet to help you formulate new and different thought processes and how to elevate and evolve to the next level, right? And this is something that came to me, right? I'm going to start my first point. This is something that just came to me out of nowhere, right? All of your answers, all of the answers that you're looking for are within. And I think I had this thought one day because I was just chilling one day and I was just looking out the window because, you know, I got like got a lot of forestry in my backyard, and I was just looking out the window, and it just occurred to me that a lot of the answers that we're looking for in our lives are really truly within us. And we're always constantly looking outside of ourselves to try to find the answers, but when they don't show up, that's when the negative thoughts start to occur. And I've seen it before in my life, that if something doesn't go the way that I had envisioned it or had I thought about, then I would feel maybe lower, or I would feel some type of way about the situation. But really, in reality, I was looking for an answer outside of myself. And when I didn't find that answer, it separated me even further from the truth of who I really was or what I was really searching for. And the answer is so close to us sometimes that we don't even recognize it. And so this is kind of the thought process that I went through, and this is what I was able to formulate. That everything that we need is within us. Everything that we desire, everything every solution that we're looking for whatever we're going through is really literally within us. And once we're able to figure out the solution within ourselves, it starts to show up everywhere around us. It's like that old saying that analogy that if you see a car, or if you have a certain kind of car, right, you never notice that car until you own it, right? It's like, oh, you got a Honda, for example, right? And it's like you've never seen this type of Honda before until you owned it. Now it's like it's showing up everywhere. Or if you have a dream car that you truly desire, you start to see that dream car everywhere. It's like, yo, it's always been there, but you just never noticed it until now. And so it's the same process with your solutions. They're always been there. They've always been there. But you just haven't noticed it because you've detached yourself from the thought process of being solution oriented. You've detached and separated yourself. So therefore, all you can see is the destitute. All you can see is the problem. When I say the answer and the solution is within you, everything starts within you and then flows out. I'm kind of moving a little bit because I got notes that kind of keep me in order, but that's kind of the next note as well, right? All growth in life is from within outward, and all death and decay is from without inward. Let me repeat that. All growth in life is from within outward, and all decay and death is from without inward. But what does that mean? Basically, that means everything that you desire, it starts from within and then it flows outwardly. Meaning that if you think positively, if you think more solution oriented, if you start to speak life over yourself and over your circumstances, you start to find solutions and you start to find opportunities. You start to attract opportunities to you to better your solution, to better your situation, right? But if all you can think about is how bad things are, what shape you're in, talking bad about yourself, putting yourself down, self-deprecating, if that's all you're doing, then you're going to attract more of that. If you're living in a state of, well, it's all over just because you got hit with a certain situation, and you're thinking to yourself it's all over, you're going to continue to live in that it's all over state until it's too late. And that's how a lot of people die early. My mentor once told me that people die at 18 and don't get buried until they're 72. But that doesn't mean that it's a literal death, right? That just means that in their hearts, in their minds, it's already too late. It's already over. There's no coming back from whatever situation that they were going through. And so they live in that same thought process for years and years and years and years until they eventually transition, right? So you have to be able to speak life over yourself. You have to be able to look at things from a certain vantage point and say, okay, this is where I'm at, but this is where I'm going to be forever, right? Moving on to the next point. All adjustments must take place from within, right? All adjustments must take place from within. And basically what that means is before you start to experience all the good things that are waiting for you, you have to make the tiny adjustments, right? You have to start with the little things, like affirmations, right? You have to affirm, first and foremost, what it is that you truly desire in your life. What is it that you want in your life, right? How do you want your life to look? How do you visualize your life without any judgment, without any, oh man, maybe I can't have this because, well, I can see myself like, no, without all of that, right? How does your life look right now as it stands? How does it look? And visualize that and write it down and create vision boards and just constantly keep the momentum of that going. Keep the momentum of how you want your life to look. Keep the momentum of that going and going, so that way you can align yourself with that life that you truly desire. Because it's not just gonna happen and then all of a sudden it's like, oh well, now I gotta get ready. No, it happens in the preparation. The life that you really desire, it comes to you in the preparation, right? I can't tell you how many times I've had certain opportunities come to me and I wasn't ready. And it's not that I wasn't ready, it was the fact that I was doing the work and I stopped, and then the opportunity came and then I had to like fast track to get back on track with what it is that I was doing. And so that was a reminder to me, letting me know that it's not about the opportunity, but it's about being prepared for the opportunity when it presents itself. So if there's something that you truly desire in your life, that you truly want to do, you have to be preparing yourself. You have to be making the small adjustments, and you have to be putting yourself in position so that way when the opportunity comes, you're ready. Like this right here. I'm preparing myself to speak on big stages. That's how I visualize it. But it all starts right here. It all starts in these small rooms. It all starts with one camera. It all starts with key notes that I take on the things that I learn and the things that I share and the things that I experience. This is where it all starts. But you got to understand that you can't despise small beginnings. And a lot of people despise the small beginnings because all they can see is, man, I ain't making no progress. Like, what am I even doing here? Like, I don't see anything changing. I'm still in the same situation. What is he talking about? Just do the work and to prepare. And then I'm telling you, it takes preparation and it takes time. Everything takes time, right? But if you have that type of mindset, then you're just not ready for whatever it is that you want. But it's okay. It's okay. So long as you hold the vision, even if you're not ready for it right now, eventually you will be. But it's a process. I didn't say it will be a fun process. I didn't say it will be an easy process, but it's a process. You have to go through the ebbs and flows of life in order for you to truly evolve and grow into the person that you say that you are. And it's not always going to be pretty. Sometimes it's going to be ugly. Sometimes you're not going to do the right thing. You're not going to say the right thing. You're going to make mistakes. But that's all a part of the process. I can't name one person in life that has said that has never failed and just succeeded in everything in life. That is not true. Some of the most successful people that I've met and that I've seen are some of the biggest failures in life, or have been some of the biggest failures in life. We get to see their success now, but we don't get to see all the failures that they're standing on top of, all the lessons that they're standing on top of. All of these things are just lessons. I am standing on top of lessons. These are things that I've learned in my life. And here's the thing about learning lessons in your life. I am not defined by the failures that I go through. I'm not defined by those. If I made a mistake, I own up to it and I move on and I learn from it and then I move on. I don't live in that mistake. And that's what trips up a lot of people. They live in their mistake continuously. If you're going to live in something, live in your success. Live in the fact that this is just a learning curve for me, because I know not to do that again. This isn't something to hinder me. This isn't something to say, well, I just quit on life because I went through this experience and I will never have another opportunity like this. No. Take this as a learning experience and grow and evolve from it. This is not your final end game. This is not where it ends. This is, if anything, this is where your story really begins, right? If you're down to your last right now, if it just feels hopeless right now, that's where your story begins. That's where the greatness comes from. Don't despise your circumstances. Don't look at your circumstances as if it's the end of the world. Yes, there's a lot going on in the world as well, right? We can take that into consideration. We can take into consideration the economy. We can take into consideration that the fact that there are people who are not making the money that they need to make to live the life that they truly desire. But don't let that be a hindrance to you. Because you can easily hop over to the other side of success and live your life how you design it. I would say it's that simple, but it's really not. I would say it's that simple, but it's really not. It's really not that simple, but it's doable. It's possible, right? There's one thing that I have learned in life is that everything that is great does not come easy. I have had to do the hardest things in my life over and over and over again. And guess what? It doesn't get any easier, but I get better. I get smarter, I get stronger, I get wiser, I get a little more clever, I get better with my words, right? It doesn't matter how many times I get knocked down, right? Because I always get back up. I always get back up from anything that I go through. And you can do the same thing too. But you have to put yourself in position. All right, I got a couple more notes and then I'm done. All right? All the things that, and this is another good point too, right? All the things we feel are happening to us are all internal. I promise you, the world is fine. It's you that's going through the turmoil internally. The world is fine, but it's you that's going through all of this turmoil internally, and that's the thing that's really messing you up because you're projecting outside of yourself, and things in the world are coming to you validating what it is that you believe to be true. So if you think the world is crumbling, if you think everything is falling apart, then yeah, you're gonna bring more of that into your life. But if you think, man, the world is great, everything's working out in my favor, I know that everything is gonna be all right, then you're gonna bring more of that to you. It's really that simple. You're going to bring more of whatever it is that you think about on a consistent basis to you. And this is a question that I want to ask you. Actually, let me know in the comment section. What is your belief system, right? Where are you placing your belief? What is your belief system and where are you placing your belief? And this, what I said earlier, kind of falls into that category because a belief is just a thought that you continuously think over and over and over again. Do you believe in the best possible outcome? Do you believe that everything is going to work out in your favor? What do you believe in? Let me know in the comment sections, right? And finally, I'm going to end it like this. Your mind is powerful. You can choose to bind yourself or free yourself at any moment. That's how powerful your mind is. You can choose to enslave yourself or you can choose to liberate yourself in any moment. And you can notice the difference if you really practice, if you really put in the work, you can notice the difference between when you're liberating yourself and when you're enslaving yourself. And it happens like moment to moment to moment, right? It isn't big, but it happens in each moment. Like right now, I am liberated, I am free, I am safe and secure. In the next moment, I'm gonna be the exact same way because that's what I choose. That's what I choose. So you have to make the decision now. Do you wanna be free and liberated from your circumstances, from your conditioning, from your mindset, or the other? It's just that simple. Thank you all for tuning in today. Thank you for being on this journey with me. Thank you for allowing me to be on this journey with you. I truly believe we do better when we grow together. So let's continue to grow with one another. If you found this helpful, inspiring, or motivating in any way, shape, or form, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Click the notification bell to get notified whenever I publish another video. And as always, you are appreciated. Also, check out the new merch. Actually, I'm gonna put it up right here. I'm gonna put a picture up right here of the new merchandise that I got now. What's the best that could happen? Let me tell you where this came from, right? It was a thought that I had, right? I always hear, what's the worst that can happen? And it was, for some reason, I kept hearing that over and over and over again. And it was just like, it was happening in public or in conversations or just bypass, people passing by. I would just hear that like, hey, what's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen, right? And then it just clicked to me. Why not what's the best that can happen, right? Why are we always focused on the worst possible outcome and expecting the best when we already focused our attention on the worst thing happening, right? I wanted to put my attention on the best possible outcome because I want the best possible outcome for my life. And so it's a mantra for me. What's the best that could happen? And I say that every single time in every situation that I encounter. What's the best that could happen? What's the best possible outcome? What is the best thing that could help bring me to the best possible outcome in this situation. And that's how I came up with the motto, right? What's the best that can happen? And the logo, the design, the graphic, it symbolizes your mind opening up to the possibilities of great things happening for you. And that's where the design comes from. So if that's something that resonates with you and that's something that you believe, go check the link in the description and show support to your favorite creator and show support to yourself if you truly believe in the best possible outcome. Your mind is powerful. Your mind is powerful. These conversations are literally designed to shift your thinking and get aligned with God, get aligned with infinite. That's the purpose of these things. And I hope you're able to find your alignment today. I hope you're able to get in tune with your infinite, with your inner being, with God, with source, with infinite mind, with universal mind. I hope that you're able to get in tune with higher consciousness. This has been another Paulizè Talks. I'm Paulizè Anthony. And until next time, peace and love.